So, I recently made a video talking about the whole situation on YouTube with them removing the dislike count. And what I'm going to do now is play the video of the dude talking about the whole dislike thing and give my thoughts and comments on the video as it goes on.
Hey folks, you may have seen a while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video.
They did not do this. Instead, they made dislikes private to all videos, regardless of if you made the video or not.
Now, if you're like me, you were surprised by that. I mean, I've always thought seeing the number of dislikes on a video helps us know as viewers if it's a good video or not.
See, even this guy knows what's up. Even he knows this is a poor decision.
If it's a helpful tutorial or not. Or if what a creator is saying in their video is generally agreed with or not.
So, this kind of stuff he's saying now, and what I'm saying now is a joke. Something about this is making me think that this guy probably isn't even a member of the YouTube team. He's probably just like a random guy that Sujin would just pulled from the street. Yeah, held him hostage, held him captive in this room where he was forced to record his video, or she'd remove his testicles or something like that.
But unfortunately, research teams at YouTube have found there's this whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator, and you may not have either. Apparently, groups
I have, by the way.
of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count, turning it into something like a game with a visible scoreboard.
Now, the stuff he's saying here is, he is like referencing the real reason they're removing dislikes, which is to protect not small creators, but big corporations. So whenever any big corporation or like politician or something says or does something that the general public doesn't like, they don't have their dislikes visible, so they won't end up getting the hate that they probably would deserve.
And it's usually just because they don't like the creator or what they stand for.
That's the whole point of the dislike button. If you don't like the creator, if you don't like the video, then you dislike it. That's the point of the dislike button.
That's a big problem when half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice.
And you're giving everyone a voice, quote unquote, by taking away it. That voice, of course, being the dislike button being removed.
So earlier in 2021, YouTube experimented with making the public dislike count private to see if it would help reduce these coordinated dislike attacks across the platform. And after analysis, they did see a reduction.
Well, of course they would, because nobody is going to utilize a completely useless tool. It's like the dislike button on comments on videos. Like, nobody ever dislikes comments because there's no like actual dislike counter showed for comments, which renders the dislike button on comments pretty much useless.
So the update from YouTube is that the dislike button is staying, but the dislike counts will now be private. You can still dislike videos, and that action will be used to tune your own recommendations, but you won't be able to see the dislike count. Only the creator can find it on the back end.
I'm not able to find the dislike counter on my on the Creator Studios thing. I tried searching for a while. I could nowhere on the app could I find my statistics for the likes and dislikes on any of my videos. So yeah, this is a lie.
If they want. Now, a few common questions we saw from the initial experiment. First, without a public dislike count, how can viewers tell if a video is worth watching? Again, I kind of had this question too, but it turns out that while viewers might use the dislike count to give them a sense of a video's worth, when the teams looked at the data across millions of viewers and videos in the experiment, they didn't see a noticeable difference in viewership.
Well, yeah, because you can't tell if a video will be good or bad before you actually watch the video. Even if a video gets a lot of dislikes, it still gets lots of views because the people who disliked probably didn't know that the video would end up being dislike worthy before they actually watch a video. We're not fortune tellers.
Regardless of whether they could see the dislike count or not. In other words, it didn't really matter if a video had a lot of dislikes or not, they still watched.
Well, of course, because you can't tell if a video will be good or bad before you watch it.
Next common question. If creators can still see the dislike count on the back end, how's that any different?
Unfortunately, I cannot see the dislike count on my videos.
They can see it if they look for it inside Studio Analytics.
Already tried, didn't work.
Under the Engagement tab. But overall, it's much less likely to cause stress and embarrassment if the count isn't visible to the public. And
What he's talking about is the stress and embarrassment of the big corporations, of course. Because that's moving the dislike button.
one more common question. Is this because YouTube Rewind got lots of dislikes? No.
This is a lie. This is the other big reason why they're removing dislikes is because YouTube is ashamed that one of their own disliked video on YouTube, and they're removing the dislike button to dispose of the evidence and pretend none of this ever happened. But if one of my videos was the most video on YouTube and I had the power to do this, I'd probably do the exact same thing.
Although there are some teams internally who have learned the hard way what it feels like to get lots of dislikes. Now, this again is about protecting all creators and making sure they have a chance to succeed.
It's only the big ones.
And feel safe in doing so. Alright, so that's the update. I hope it doesn't cause too much frustration.
It did.
Honestly, I think you're going to get used to it
No, I won't.
pretty quickly, and keep in mind other platforms don't even have a dislike button.
Yes, but it makes a lot more of a difference if it's this is a platform that already had a dislike button before, but no longer does.
So, consider that. Thank you, and I hope you're well.
So, yeah. This is probably the worst decision YouTube has ever made. Anyway, yeah, that's the end of this video.